Well, I sure did try to tell you, and now it looks like I was right again. The Samsung Galaxy S9 is a colossal failure.
Get daily tech news in a way that doesn't suck. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Front Page Tech, of course, show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek. That's me to another, that is you. Happy Wednesday, happy motherfucking hump day. Don't forget, hump a friend today. Okay, so story numero uno, that's number one. If you don't speak Espanol like I do, I don't speak it. I failed in high school Spanish. Uno was as far as I got.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. And I didn't need to know that.
Anyway, we talked about it before. The 6.1-inch LCD iPhone 9, that's what we're calling it for now, is coming in a bunch of different colors, but it seems that the first reported colors were off a little bit. Like, literally just a little bit. Mainly, it ain't coming in red. And I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? A lot of us, our first initial question was, well, what about product red iPhones? The initial reported colors were gold, gray, white, blue, red, and orange. But it seems that the actual colors are white, black, flash yellow, bright orange, electric blue, and taupe? I don't know how to say that. Oh, but the colors, that ain't it, honey. It seems that we're also getting more reports today that the 6.1-inch LCD iPhone 9 might also be delayed. As you can see, article here, and here. Now, I know if you watch the show, you might be like, well, that seems kind of familiar. That's because it is. That's because it is familiar. We reported it 2 months ago. Oh, also, side note, BGR. Their article today is titled, Insider Says Apple's Most Exciting New iPhone of 2018 May Be Delayed. But if you look all the way back to June 1st, they rolled pretty much the same goddamn article. It was just titled a little bit differently. That one was titled, This Year's Most Intriguing New iPhone Has Reportedly Been Delayed. That little gem was pointed out to me by my boy Viper, so thanks, Viper. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to point this out and bring this to your attention and just say, I don't know, like, BGR. Feels good. The final beta preview for Android P is now available. If you've been waiting to test the beta in a more stable version, this is your best chance. Of course, just as it sounds, this is the final beta preview before the actual full OS rolls out. And by before the full OS rolls out, I mean, most of you will get it 4 years from now, probably, if you're lucky. I don't know, hopefully. So that's it. Usually I tell you not to download beta software on your main devices, especially your phone, something that is supposed to be reliable. I mean, who knows? You're walking down the street, you trip, and you're eating Skittles, and the Skittles go down your throat, you're choking to death, and you need to call 911, but the launcher on your phone crashed, it won't open because you installed beta software, and that's on you, and now you're going to die a horrible Skittles death. However, I would say that since this is like the final beta, go ahead, you're probably fine. For the rest of you, mark your calendars, because 4 years from now, you getting the new version of Android. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I keep trying to tell you that regardless of how great the Galaxy S9 is, or how great you think it is, it's not selling well. In fact, it's selling very, very badly, and it's on track to be one of the worst sellers from Samsung. That's right, in the history books, if you want to compare this to movies, the Samsung Galaxy S9 was basically straight to DVD. Straight down the pooper. This phone, the Galaxy S9, is actually on track to be Samsung's worst-selling smartphone, at least since 2012 when the Galaxy S launched. Because of all the poor sales, Samsung has had to make a lot of really hard decisions, like they've been forced to sort of accelerate the schedule, the rollout for the Galaxy Note 9. And sales overall with the S series, the Note series, all the sales are pretty low, and this could also make sense as to why they're merging the two, and they're not going to have two different things rolling out next year. How many times have I tried to tell you this, that the Galaxy S9 sales are not what you think they are. The sales for Samsung overall right now are not what you think they are. The Galaxy Note 9 is also going to sort of flop. I mean, compared to what Samsung has been able to do previously and what they're doing now, they're not in a good position regardless of what you think and what you say in the comment section. Just because I say the negative things that you don't like to hear and that you don't want to believe doesn't make me a Samsung hater. The Galaxy S8 is one of my favorite phones on the planet. But when I say something you don't like, you can't even pick your own fucking balls up off the floor. You can't think for yourself. I know a lot of people think Apple fans are really terrible and they're sheeple. But Samsung fans, like you diehards that won't listen to any negativity, you are just as bad, all right? I love both of these companies. That's possible. And I keep telling you that the Galaxy S9 looks the same as the Galaxy S8. That's the downfall. And then, of course, in the comments, inevitably, it's all, well, nothing, you never said anything about Apple. All the iPhones look the same. Why can't Samsung sell the same phone? The average fucking consumer can't tell the difference. They don't care about specs. They don't know what the fucking difference is on the internals, what's on the inside of the phone. They don't even care. It just looks the same. And if it looks the same, why not just buy the previous year's model for a lower price? What about this don't you understand? The iPhone, it's totally different. Number one, you have really dedicated Apple customers that will buy iPhones regardless of what they look like. And number two, the average consumer doesn't know. They are conditioned at this point to buy an iPhone when it's their upgrade time. Upgrade cycle time, go ahead. Buy a new iPhone. They're just conditioned to do so. Samsung is not in that market. They have to bring something new and interesting. And yes, that's hard for a company to do, but that is the position Samsung put themselves in by for years making all these new features that Apple couldn't do. And now they want to give us a phone that looks the same, that acts the same. Sorry, doesn't fucking work that way. Samsung, you dug your grave and now you're stepping one foot inside of it and it's not my fault.
And now, today's sponsor.
Hey, buddy, I don't know if you know this, but it's 2018. And if you're trying to build an online presence for yourself, but don't have your own website, you are doing it wrong. But do not fret, my lovely. Bookmark is here to help. With literally the most intuitive website builder I have ever seen, Bookmark can have a professional or e-commerce ready website built for you in less than 2 minutes. And it does all of this with Ada, your artificial intelligence design assistant, all without having to write a single line of code yourself. Ada can easily create optimized websites for over 750 business types. And other than creating gorgeous websites all day, Bookmark has your back even after your site is built. You don't need to know anything about coding, and you certainly do not need to spend a fortune on some designer somewhere. If you're ready to work smart and not hard, check out the link for Bookmark today down in the description. Get started. And of course, huge thanks to Bookmark for supporting our show. And that is the show. Hopefully you liked it. You learned something. If you did, hit that like button. If you hate my stupid face, hit the dislike button. I'm sure you do. And subscribe if you're new here. Okay. I'm good. See you tomorrow.